So for we the struggling traders, right? One of the reasons why I think trading is hard for us is because of our mindset. I'm going to say it's because of our mindset. It's not more of the charts. It's not more of what we are doing on the charts. Not more of our capital and all that. I don't think that is the reason why trading is hard. Because of recent realization, I feel like why trading is hard is because of our mindset. Yes, it's because of our mindsets. Because I feel like we need to have a mindset shift to make trading become easy for us. Because I personally believe, I don't used to believe that trading could get easy, but at this point, I honestly believe that trading can actually be easy. Making money as well can actually be easy. I personally believe that is a belief system that just came into me. So I feel like it's a mindset shift because on based on my experience, my 4 years of trading forex, based on my experience, I've seen that whenever I move on to another level, it's not more of charts, it's not more of learning new strategy, it's not more of all that. It's actually more of mindset shift. Honestly, it's more of a mindset shift because after so many losses, the point where things start to make sense is when I get a mindset shift, is when I believe in something. For example, I think one of the first trading problems I started overcoming was risk management, learning how to keep my risk constant. So before I could start being consistent with my risk, right? I knew what risk management was. I would see so many people online talking about risk management, keeping your risk constant, making sure that you have a lot of trades buffer for you to play around the market to actually make money. But then my mindset did not believe that at that point. My mindset saw a reason to make money or to have a buffer of 5 trades. Yes, my mindset as of that time believed that I should be certain of a trade, of a particular trade. If I make proper analysis and I'm patient, a trade must be certain and I should hit TP. But then after so many losses, what later happened or how the mindset later shift is that when I then realized that the market is uncertain, it can do anything. It can do anything, yes. The market is uncertain and it can do anything, right? That is when I had to learn to switch my mindset to believe that okay, risk management is important because no trade is perfect. And even after realizing that the market isn't uncertain, there's this kind of, I don't know, will I call it, it's a subconscious thing that the brain does. Yes, I believe it's a subconscious thing where it knows that this is what we are supposed to do, but it's not going to do it. It's not going to do it until it gets some kind of significant proof. So as I was talking, I, as I was sorry, as I was talking about the risk management thing, how I started learning risk management. So I knew what risk management was. I knew the importance, but my mind, deep inside my head, I never believed. I never accepted that this should be what it's supposed to be. Even after so many losses and after seeing so many times that the market is not certain, you can never know what the market can do no matter what the analysis you do. I was still bent on that. I don't need to keep my risk consistent. So what later happened, how the mindset switch normally happens for me is that I let it just happen. As I keep going with time, probably after so many losses, I will later realize that okay, I have to do risk management. Or sometimes what happens is that I will test it out. I will try, okay, since I've been losing so many of the times, let me try this risk management stuff for a month. And after a month, now I've given my subconscious mind a significant proof that this thing is very important in trading. You really need this thing in your trading to actually see results. So it is after testing that thing that my brain now got convinced that risk management actually works, that was when risk management started working out for me. That was when I got consistent with my risk management. It was not the time where I was taught. It was not the time. It was not at the time where my mentor told me about it. It was not at that time. My mentor told me so much about risk management, but I didn't take it until I saw proof, until I got my own personal proof. That's why as I don't really stress much about mentors, because you will also have your own experiences. There are things someone will tell you and it's just going to be there. You would want to believe it, but your subconscious mind deep inside does not want to believe it. So one of the two ways which I learned to do this is that number one, I will test it regardless of how I feel. I know that my subconscious does not believe it, but then I'll just test it for 1 month. And if that works, my subconscious will definitely take that as proof and switch its mindset to believe that risk management works. So another place where I tested this on was journaling. Journaling was hard for me as well. I couldn't go straight 1 week with even journaling. It was very hard for me. I see some people in the comments saying, how do you stay consistent? It was hard at first for me. The same way it's hard for you right now, it's the same way it was hard for me as of that time. But the only way I got to see how important journaling was I removed the reason. I removed the fact that yes, I don't know that this thing actually is important. I just had to do it anyways. I did it for a month, and after that month I went back to the journal, and the kind of information I got from that journal convinced my subconscious mind that this thing is actually important. That was since then I have been journaling. And I don't miss a day of journaling my traits. So starting it is what is going to be hard. After you start it, and then later when you see the results of how it actually works, that is when your subconscious will now believe that this thing actually works. That was when my brain now accepted that journaling is important. So right now at this current stage, I am currently creating another belief system. I want to start believing that trading is not hard. I want to start believing that finding a trading setup is not hard. So in my last video I said I was going to talk about the mindset I used for this previous week, and I also mentioned in the video that was my best week ever, and I also want to mention the mindset I used. So it was more of a mindset than psychology. I'm going to say it's more of a mindset than psychology. No matter what strategy you're using, as long as you've seen it happen 1, 2, 3 times on the charts, trust me, if you have this mindset shift, there's the money you are going to make from that mindset shift alone, apart from a good strategy. A good strategy exists, but then if you have a strategy that it just happens, you've seen it 1, 2, 3 times, it just looks reasonable, and it has happened a lot, you've seen it happen on the charts, you can pick it, how simple it is like that, without too much trade. You can pick it and trade it for a month. But then if you have this psychological shift, this mindset shift of being disciplined, of being patient, of making sure that you're trading exactly just that system, there's a way you're going to see, with the way you'll be ending up in losses is going to be different. You might probably end up in a lesser loss this time, or maybe end up on a break even. And then it is when you have a good system, you see that you're coming out in profit and all that. So the mindset shift which I used this last week was that I came into the markets, right? I actually saw a video online and was talking about how trading doesn't actually need to be hard. And then I questioned myself. I told myself, this is something I used to believe. Or no, this is not even something I used to. This is something deep inside I feel is true. I feel that yes, trading doesn't actually need to be hard. Yes, it gives this kind of significant amount of money that other businesses do, and it fights our belief system. It fights our belief system from how we've grown. We've been growing in a system where they tell us money is hard to get and all that. But me personally, this being said, I felt that money doesn't have to be hard to get. Yes, money doesn't need to be hard to get. And as I switched my belief and said, okay, I can do the most simplest things on the chart and still make money. That was the switch in mindset I had. I can do the most simplest thing. I don't need to stress, look for setup. I can miss the setups I want. I don't even care. The thing is that when I come to the chart, what I want to see it is that good, perfect setup that feels okay to me to risk money on. And you can see there's no stress in that. I can wake up Tuesday and say, I don't even want to check the chart. Let me just come back Wednesday. And that was what I did last week. I could remember on Tuesday there was a trade on gold I saw. It was a good trade, tap on my trend line. I saw a good confirmation. The only reason why I did not take that trade was because, number one, I did not know where I could target. Though I could still catch a one-to-one day, I did not know where I could target. Number two, I just woke up from sleep. So I felt like I just woke up from sleep. My brain is not balanced yet. I will just leave the trade because I came to the week with a mindset that I believe that I would see a lot of opportunities. I'm not going to stress to make money. Money can actually be easily made. So that was the kind of mindset I came with this last week, and honestly, it was my best week ever. I was very disciplined. I came with the mindset that I want to take just 2 trades daily, and after 2 trades, for no reason, I don't even want to think of the reason why I put that rule. I just stay off the market and let the market do what it wants to do. Come back the next day and look for another trade. So that was the mindset shift. I feel like it is a mindset shift. And just as I'm saying this to you, it might look silly. Yes, it might look silly, right? It might look silly and it might be hard for you. You might want to create that mindset shift, but then it is something that you would have to, I'll say, meditate on, because that was what I did. Trust me, when it's weekend like this, Saturday, Sundays, I hardly go anywhere. I just stay in my room and meditate profitability for the week. And most of the times when I do this, it actually works. I just meditated and kept telling myself, this week is going to be easy. I am going to do the most simplest stuff and make money. I'm going to do the most simplest stuff and make money. That was just what I was doing last week. For hours, I stood for hours. I think I slept very late that time. For like 4 hours at night, I was doing that till I slept around 1 a.m. I was just meditating. I'm going to do the most simplest stuff. And then when Monday I woke up, I felt that I had convinced my subconscious mind to actually be disciplined for that week. And I was actually disciplined. If I see the most littlest thing that does not make sense in my setup, I let it go. And honestly, this is the first week I have done that. That I'll see a very good setup, the confirmation is there, but there's just one thing that makes it look bad, and then I'll just step off and leave the chart. I say, I don't want to take the trade, I want to take what is perfect. It has to make sense. Trading does not need to be hard for me to say, it's not really clean, it's a 50-50 trade, let me just risk. I didn't feel like risking because I know another opportunity which is perfect is going to come. So I was not stressing at all. So the point of this video is that I've noticed that in trading, no matter what strategy you're using, no matter what you're learning, whether even in the journaling and all that, things will actually start making sense, or things will actually start working well, or no matter how much someone teaches you, things will start making sense when you have had this perfect switch in mindset where your subconscious mind and your conscious mind believes that this thing actually works this way. Because I feel like it's when you actually believe it, that is when it actually starts working. So that was the mindset I used for this week. And this week, I just feel what I am meditating on is that I want to go into this week with discipline. With complete discipline. This last week, I said it was the best. I was not completely disciplined, but this time I want to come in with pure discipline. I don't want to come in with trying to make money. I want to come with a mindset that the market will always provide for me opportunities. If I lose this trade, the next trade will be the next trade I will take will be a perfect opportunity. If I lose that trade, the next trade I'll take will be a perfect opportunity. Even if I lose my account, I am fine with that. All I want to do is to execute perfectly. So that is the mindset I am trying to build on myself. And most importantly, the one which is superior is that I want to build the mindset to believe that, or I have already started building that mindset to believe that money does not have to be hard to make. Money, the things we have been told, especially me from the home where I came from, I hear that almost every day. I hear that almost every day. Do you think we pick money from the floor? There's no money everywhere, but I always used to close my ears to all those kind of stuff, because deep down there's something I felt that money does not need to be hard to get. And that's the mindset I want to perfect in my mind. And I believe once I perfect that thing, I'm going to make a lot of money. A lot. So that's just all I wanted to say about this video. I'll catch you in another one. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe.